All right. Ooh, I got something in my beard. Sorry. Yeah, I love when it happens. Hey, back with the Raw recap. We got one more Monday before WrestleMania, and it's doing pretty good. They're adding a lot more matches, which is crazy. I thought they were gonna add one more tonight, but they didn't. I'm kind of glad. It'll work out. But hey, starts out. Raw comes. They were gonna say they were announcing CM Punk will be on there during the show, but he comes out first, and he does a pipe bomb and says what he wants, rips into Roman being on there, and he actually rips into. God, it feels like he does just like Cody did on Friday, rips in TKO, but prices for people going to see WrestleMania to make it more affordable for everybody. I hope that works because I want to go to SummerSlam later this year in Minneapolis at least one night. I mean, you bring in two kids, it gets expensive. Whew. All right, so good promo to start the night off there. Um, and the funny part is, after all that's done, they show um, I show Speed, and he's in the back looking for Danhausen because he wants to get uncursed because he's having a lot of bad luck. Because as of last week's episode, where he accidentally hit LA Knight with Nux, LA Knight showed up at his house and threw him through his computer screen in retaliation for what he did. I show he Speed didn't mean to do it. It's all you know going. It's working like that and stuff. So, first match of the night, it was LNA against Austin 3 with a distraction of craziness, and Austin Theory gets a win, has a handful of tights. Well, in the process of all that, Speed was bumped in LA. LA got mad, was go after him. He did. Uso showed up. He jumped over LA Knight, which Speed had. He has some good verticals there. Um, but yeah, that resulted in Theory getting the holding of the tights roll up win. Well, then the Usos are gonna do the 1D one and done, and then um, Logan Paul grabbed Speed out, and well, they um LA Knight grabs a mic and says, "Some 2, 3 are sitting there. Get Adam Pearce out there. We need to make a match." I'm like, okay. 6-man tag, Usos and LA against Division and Speed. And Anna Pearce goes up, says, "Sounds good," and looked at Speed, says, "You should have left when I told you to," but no. He got drug out by the Vision. So Speed was at a Royal Rumble, and it was last year, and he got nailed hardcore. So now he's gonna have a WrestleMania moment. Um, right now, that's the only celebrity that's on right now. He has been training with he has been training with Randy. I've seen some online stuff with him training with Randy Orton, and he's doing a really good job with Randy. So he actually is gonna be able to do a few things to ring, unlike at the Royal Rumble getting speared out of his ass by Mr. Braun Breaker. Yeah, I think he learned from that. Is like, I need to learn some shit. So he did. Michael Cole addresses Pat McAfee. What he did on SmackDown was crazy. He's gonna get involved. He's gonna get involved in that main event. But Michael goes, "What the hell? You were my brother, whatever." Yes. Um, the Hollywood, the ESPN tag with Pat McAfee and everything with, WrestleMania be on ESPN. It's a good pull for ESPN to get more of the casual people and people that watch Pat McAfee's show to watch WrestleMania. So it's good for TK to do that. I hope it works for him because, we'll see. Next matchup was supposed to be JD and Finn Balor. It did not start because Dominic came up and blindsided from behind, and they hit him with a steel chair and beat him up pretty good. So I think they were trying to prevent him from doing his match at WrestleMania with Dom. It didn't work. And later on in the show, it shows why. Michael Cole was trying to do it's happened before. Like Michael trying to do an interview, and then somebody else shows up to mess with the interview because he had interviews AJ Lee, and well, who do you think showed up to mess with it? Of course, the man shows up, and she is going on. Well, AJ fights back with a good promo against Becky. This is going to be a good match. I do see God now up in the air if they're going to keep it on AJ and she's going to drop it to somebody else, or Becky's going to get the belt back. We will see. Either way works. I think so. Having AJ back, it's just a big push for him, and if she loses, is CM Punk lose, or he's not going to lose because Seth Rollins is going to come take it, or Braun Breaker is. One of the two. All right, next up we do have two of the participants of the women's tag team Fatal 4-Way. Yeah, Fatal 4-Way for the women's tag belt. So we had Bayley beating Last Legends, and Lyra was there to help. She kind of fumbled what she was trying to do. She kind of like tripped Lash because she was trying to suplex off, and so instead of her suplexing Bayley off, she land on Legend getting the pin, and then Lyra held Lash's leg down without the ref seeing it. The babyface cheating as they do all the time. It's fun. It works. But that, and I didn't see this because they showed it probably on Netflix internationally, but Danhausen was on during the break. He was out, and he let's see here, he did have a gun and shot off some shirts, and he told everybody, of course, if you need your shirts, go on WWE.com, or you're going to be cursed. He wasn't on SmackDown that much today. But then we had Seth coming out because he was supposed to be there. And as he's doing that and getting ready, saying, everybody's gone. Now he's, Gunther, he's going to do it. Gunther comes out and they go back and forth. Seth gets the best of Gunther, and Gunther comes back. And then backstage, which it was interesting, and of course, I'm probably next week to go more into why Gunther and Seth and why Gunther was okay with doing that, is Paul Heyman runs into Gunther and says, thanks him for doing that because he had nothing to do with it. And so, okay, that helps. But then Gunther says, no problem, I'm doing it. And I said, we'll find out why. And then he goes, you owe him, looks at Paul and says, you owe me big time for this. So, as somebody says, is this going to line up for the retirement of Brock Lesnar in SummerSlam in Minneapolis? Is that what it's going for? That's his gimmick right now for this year's retiring everybody. So it could be that they're setting that up, or a title shot. Could be one or the other. But as rumors going in, it probably is going to be the Brock Lesnar match. He's going to set that up, which is fine. We know it's going to happen. It happens here in his home state of Minnesota, which is fine. Then he'll go back to Canada and be happy and live out his life there. Next up, we had a triple threat match with Penta, Dragon Lee, and Javon Evans. 3 of the 5 participants in the ladder match for the Intercontinental Championship. They're teaming up, but in a couple weeks, they're going to be opponents. They took on Los Americanos. As you know, they lost. The 3 boys did beat them. They won. And then after their win, Rey Mysterio music hits. He comes out. And he comes up, and I thought, I kind of think what they're doing, and I kind of know what they're doing, and I was correct. He came out and said, hey, he missed WrestleMania the one year because of injury. He's not injured this time, and says, your ladder match that you're doing and setting up is going to be probably one of the greatest Intercontinental ladder matches in WrestleMania, but what would make it better? Adding Rey Mysterio. Yeah. Dragon Lee and Penta love and adore Rey Mysterio for everything that he has done in AAA and everywhere for luchadors, and it's so true. Why not? It's going to be a 6-pack. So it's Penta, Dragon Lee, Javon Evans, JD, Rusev, and now Rey Mysterio for the Intercontinental in the ladder match. It's going to be a good one, especially with that. And then this is when I thought this could work into another title at WrestleMania, but Asuka they have a recorded promo in mostly Japanese, but Asuka calling out Io. I thought this was going to work in another WrestleMania match, but nothing came of that. So I don't think it needs to be at WrestleMania. That usually can end a rivalry at WrestleMania, not start one. So it'll be probably on a Raw or something. So now we had Rhea Ripley and Io against B-Fab and Michin, and Jay Cargill was there. And I do love Corey. And they're sitting there, and Michael Cole was trying to figure out what's the point of these two gals joining, just like, it's like you can't beat him, you got to join him because, Jay's beat them both. But then the comment of, oh, it's her baddies. Wow. Was that Triple H saying, say it, just to poke at what she used to do in AEW with her baddies there? Oh, just those little nuggets they drop at us all the time. And just like the nuggets they were dropping at some of the backstage segments, they have people in the background, like, they love doing that. I said it was Austin Theory, and I think it looked like Maxine Dupree talking at one. And then it had the nude adaptation of The New Day, Grayson Waller and Kofi talking, but Kofi is still watching Javon. That's still an ongoing thing with him joining the new version of The New Day. I don't see it happening, but it's going to be a match. Again, that's going to be good. They do have a backstage segment, and I'll say that's it after the result of the match with Io and them. Rhea and Io's guy didn't get the win, but then Jade Cargill came in. They held Rhea, and she beat the snot out of Io to get at her friend. So, that's going to happen. So, we'll see. After that, they did a recorded segment with Finn Balor talking about what happened to him earlier in the night and saying to Dom, you're bringing something that has been hidden is coming back. So yes, the Demon is coming out for WrestleMania and it's going to take out Dom. No way around it. The Demon's winning. Finn is winning at WrestleMania as a Demon. Then they get to the clubhouse with Judgment Day. Dom was like, what? I don't understand that. And he was like, don't worry. They're going to try to get Rey Mysterio out of the ladder match. JD doesn't like it. It's still going to happen. They're not going to do anything. But then they had Liv and Raquel talking, and Roxanne comes in and says, hey, you leave. We'll go. They talk about her coming in with Finn and this and that and whatever. And I thought, this is the working of the demise of kicking out Raquel and kind of breaking up the Judgment Day, but I am not sure. But then before anything else happened, Stephanie Fear comes in, and Stephanie drops Liz and then throws her into the TV, and yeah, that's going to be nasty. We do see Liv winning. I do see Liv winning and getting the belt. That'll be fun. And then to end the night, as I said, the Obafemi and Brock Lesnar contract signing. They always try to do this. And then Triple H is out there with Adam Pearce. They try to introduce Brock, and Paul Heyman has to introduce him, of course. They introduce Obafemi. He gets in there, and then Brock goes after him, and as they always do, all hell breaks loose, and they had a table in there. They go through the table. They ain't stopping. They got to clear everything out. They're getting held back, all that fun stuff, like they always do. And as Jesse says, he loves to say, two beefy men slapping meat for 15, 20 minutes. No, probably not that long. Probably about 5-10 minutes, because Brock doesn't want to go that long. And I don't think it should go that long. But 10 minutes, those two guys just beating the hell out of each other. That'll be good. Doesn't have to go that long. Going to be a good match. Obafemi's going to get the win, even though they're saying other stuff. It's not true. Oba's going to get the win. Brock's going to play good. He's going to put him over. They're doing a good job setting up for WrestleMania. getting me more excited. Not everybody's so excited about this build-up, but hey, now we got to figure out after this one of what's going on in the Middle East is, are they going to put WrestleMania over there next year? I probably wouldn't. Probably not a good idea, especially because of ties with certain somebody in WWE. Probably not a good idea. But hey, I'll go somewhere else. Could come to our neck of the woods. That'd be great. Be lovely. Probably won't, but maybe nice. So, hope you enjoyed Raw. I did. That was a good one. It'll be next week. We're going to have no Brock or Oba there. We should have the final segment between CM Punk and Roman Reigns because Roman was not there. And then any other matches they're going to have set up, I don't know. I don't think they're going to have any more. But, going to be good. We'll be back. We have one of our podcasters down, feeling crappy. Zach, hope you feel better. We're going to do podcasts next week. I'll do a recap of NXT tomorrow because I'll be home. New job starting tomorrow. Woo! Gotta love it. We'll do a recap on that. And we will... Yeah, we'll have a podcast. There's a lot of news that's been going on. Injuries, an arrest. Oof. It's crazy. But hey, I'll be doing more unboxing, so please subscribe and follow us on YouTube. That's where if you like these recaps, you can see them. You'll know when I drop them up on YouTube before I put them up on a podcast page because I got to do that first before I put one up. I don't think I'm going to go on TikTok and do these. I'm going to do something else for that. We're going to be good. So, hey, please follow and subscribe us on all our social media. Listen to our podcast. We were number one on Podomatic last week, too. So, thank you for everybody that was doing that. And with that, I think I've talked long enough. We will see you tomorrow. I'll do another recap tomorrow of NXT after the pay-per-view that we had, premium event on Saturday. We're going to go and see what comes of that, and there's a few good matches set up for tomorrow that I'm going to enjoy watching, and I hope you will too. Here on the CW, 7 o'clock, CW. Watch it. I will see you then. Bye-bye.